Urban Crag Climbing Center is a rock gym located in Dayton, Ohio, with 8,000 feet of textured and sculpted vertical terrain ranging from 28 to 56 feet. For more info, go to urbancrag.com or call 937-224-CRAG. What's going on? Holy moly!
Sidebar is gone.
How did it crash? All of a sudden, but not really,
yeah,
from what I understand.
it seems like it's been a burn, kind of a slow burn from the beginning.
It sounds like it was kind of an inferno a little bit, like a little disco inferno going on.
There was some partying happening in that
If you
place.
had a notebook and were able to capture it, maybe you can write a whole book about that mad experience.
Good times.
Yeah, but yeah, the news in the news that everyone's talking about is the loss of Sidebar. The owner of Sidebar, Brian Higgins, attracted a crowd of protesters before dinner. I believe it was Friday night or Saturday night. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because from what I understand, this Monday morning, Sidebar's closed.
Yeah.
They're grabbing their stuff. The end of that establishment.
Bad management.
So they say. We weren't there to really witness it.
No.
Employees, many of them,
Have a lot to say.
have a lot to say.
Yeah.
And you know, I thought the, you know, whatever happens next, I was really impressed by the willingness of, you know, service industry employees to get out on the streets and say, hey, we need our money.
Mm-hmm.
This guy ain't paying people. And that was really encouraging. And there's been a really an outpouring of support for all the employees there. There's a
Blind Bob's.
Blind Bob's is throwing a big on the 7th of August. There's like 4 different bands that are going to be playing. Get down there, donate some money, help these folks out, and we'll see what happens. Personally, what I would like to see happen there is some sort of worker-owned restaurant where it's led by a democratic process of the workers who know what's actually going on the floor, on the ground. It sounds, from all the reports that we've gotten, and some of the times I've observed, that some of the ownership wasn't really in tune with the ground,
the workings of
the place. A little too much socializing perhaps might have done them in, but whatever the case, people who actually do the jobs of serving you the drinks,
the
cooking
service
your
was
food.
always fantastic. The
that restaurant was
great.
a fantastic restaurant.
I loved
the food was great.
Never had a bad meal, never had bad service.
The menus were great. Service was great.
Yeah.
Great decor.
Drinks were amazing.
The prices were not completely out of control where it was, you know, you didn't go to Sidebars every single day, but it was like, it's a place you could take, date.
Right, and have a reasonable price meal.
And so yeah, they ran the restaurant fantastically. The place was packed all the time.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see a worker, if there's any way, you know, they did this, you know, to raise funds for that 5th Street Brewery. If we could raise funds for the staff of Sidebar to take control of that destiny, because there's really no reason one person who, you know, whatever's going on in that situation is able to kind of bring a place down, you know, and it affects so many people. And, you know, now we see how, in a real way, how irresponsible business leadership has actual social consequences.
Oh, right.
These people all have families. Well, I don't know if all of them have families, but
well, they gotta live.
Yeah, they got rent to pay, they got bills to pay.
Right.
And you know, if someone or some entity is being irresponsible to the point where people are losing out on their incomes and their livings and having to scrape around for rent or you know, whatever they have to do.
It's a big list, yeah.
It's ridiculous. And so let's hopefully if someone out there knows about starting worker-led places, because I think if the workers ran the place, they wouldn't be doing extravagant things.
Right, there wouldn't be as much
like,
waste.
Let's
they would have a personal stake in it.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
we'll see what happens.
But already...
Hopefully we get something in there that is comparable or better than Sidebar. Some, you know, and somebody with management that cares. Olive Dive is a great example of ownership who actually gives a shit about their employees.
Yeah.
They know that they have
They have profit sharing for their employees over there, which I think is fantastic.
I think that's awesome.
We're going to be back there.
Yeah, I'd like to step up the flavor a little bit, but you know,
we talked about that.
We love your. I appreciate that about Olive. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, you should check Olive.
Olive Dive.
Olive Dive. Google it. Check out there's they have a statement of like how they operate on their website, I believe.
I saw the owner made a comment on David Ezrazi's Facebook post last night or the night before when he posted about Sidebar.
Oh yes.
So there was a lot of action under there. So.
Yeah, well, if there's one person who managed to come out of this whole Sidebar weekend controversy with a big mouthful of crow doo-doo, and I think that would be Dave Ezrati, because he immediately came out in favor of Mr. Higgins. You have and for I tell you what, service employees to come out on the street and protest.
It's amazing.
You never see that. And Ezrati was
people take a lot of shit, servers and people work in restaurants.
Yeah, Ezrati was a complete apologist for Mr. Higgins.
Wanted to give him a second chance, but it seems like
the chance was over.
Well, it seems like he's been a dishonest businessman for a very long time.
The deal was sealed.
Yeah,
he's had problems in Chicago with prices. People asking about the amount of prices he's charged for his body delivery and pickup business. And that's the creepiest thing.
Yeah, that's weird to go from like a body delivery to a restaurant.
We pick up corpses and murder scenes.
We're not implying that Sidebar serves human meat or anything like that.
It's terrible. But yeah, I think Ezrati showed why. He's that guy in Dayton who you want. God, I want Ezrati sometimes to do well. Because he's got a lot of great ideas, and he thinks kind of in the same vein, of progressive ways of thinking.
Right.
But then there are times, like as you can tell on the Ezrati blog, where he just keeps digging himself deeper just to say, yeah, I was wrong about this guy. He should have paid all you people. It didn't look like it worked out right.
He easily falls into like name calling. So any position that he has, like, you like, well, and then you just start putting people down and stuff. It's like things that are like not relevant to the argument.
Yeah,
and it doesn't make him look so good.
It's not a brain thirst mutilator.
You need some essentially.
Yeah. So if you check out Ezra, I enjoy Ezrati that he's a member of the community, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
And
he's involved.
Going out there, but Dave, you really dropped the ball on this Sidebar thing.
I've never seen his own blog with so many negative ratings.
It was all just like... I feel for everyone at Sidebar who lost their job. They're struggling for money. Go out to that...
the Blind Bob,
the Blind Bob,
right?
Do all that stuff. Hire them.
Whatever.
But one of the things that makes Dayton great, and we've experienced hard times over the decades, and I think it's created a class of really funny people. And already, people are talking about, Aaron Phillips. He's the guy down at
funny guy.
Funny, a great social observer down at Feathers Antique Store down in the Oregon District. He posted, saw the rats fleeing the sinking ship that was Sidebar today, furiously scurrying out the door with the booze and anything that could be sold, probably for illegal fees. I'm going to wildly speculate and wish they were replaced with either a Bennigan's, Hooters, Shakey's Pizza, or Rack's roast beef. What do you think will go in there?
Oh, World's funniest thread.
Yes, some of the funniest responses of all time, and I'll read a few of them here. I can't read all of them.
Because they're too funny and there's too many.
Yeah, from Christy Weber. Bring back Kenny Rogers Roasters and make it topless.
One of my favorites is Showbiz Pizza. Aaron Altman says a singles bar called Nipples and Dicks or the Crotcheteria. I just love the Crotcheteria room.
You're a perv.
The Simpsons. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think Dayton should just fill up all abandoned buildings with 6 feet of ping pong balls to let us just have at it. A pay-by-the-pound butterscotch place called Roberts. Or Joe Roberts.
And I love Wafu, too, who suggested that. Aaron Altman. Come on, people. It's so obvious. Wafu, too.
All things bath salts.
A bar filled with hundreds of glory holes. If you build them, they will come.
A restaurant with nothing but sausage biscuits from Speedway. The whole thing, just a whole wall. Can you imagine it?
The fried bar specializing in fried candy food.
Fried bar. We could go on
forever.
All night and goofy things that we could make fun of to put in there.
Yeah.
But we hope that really the same thing gets put back in there, except that it's ran right.
Yeah.
And not ran right into the ground.
Run right.
Oh!
And run into the ground. From Appalachia, boy.
And run right into the ground. Okay. Okay, do we have anything else on the horizon?
Well, there's plenty of things on the horizon.
Yes, there's the Broadway Street bike path that's going to be hopefully approved by the City Commission this week. And there's like a $3 million bathroom project at the airport. I'm not sure on the dollar amount there.
Oh, God.
New bathrooms at the airport, so I hope they get bidets.
Yeah.
Because that way they won't have as many stinky butts running around.
You know, yeah. You're just smearing your poop around your skin.
Yeah, most people don't really come to that realization until you realize, oh, toilet paper is like you get the big stuff, but then you're really just like wiping the microfibril stuff.
Yeah, residue.
Yeah, the residue, like the tiny. So you've always got like a tinkering, or no, that's not
an inkling.
An inkling. You've always got an inkling of duty smack on your booty.
Duty smack.
Got some of that duty smack on your booty, and that's
funny.
It's not going to be working out for your
I say we
aromatic qualities. So get a bidet.
You can get those bidet toilet seats. You can hook it onto your toilet. Mm-hmm. You know, turns it right in. Heated seat.
Well, you don't be stanking.
And then you're all fresh. Mm-hmm. You're ready for anything.
All right.
100 shirts for only $395. 20 shirts for only $100.
Greenleaf Printing and Designs has stupendous signage, printed and embroidered apparel, and promotional products for you. They're at 5526 Burkhart Road in Dayton and on the web at greenleafprinting.com.